This is News West 9, Star of West Texas, with special opening day coverage. Brought to you by Ron Hoover RV and Marine of Odessa. Now, here is Jenna Alike.
All right, what a day out at the ballpark. The Rockhounds just finished up opening night, and the 2025 campaign has officially started. Thanks for joining us tonight exclusively on 9+. Stick with us. We'll have Game 1 highlights and a preview of the whole season ahead. Let's just say the official start of the 2025 Rockhound season was highly anticipated. This is the first time the Hounds opened the season at home since 2018. The team announced on social media yesterday that seats were sold out ahead of opening day. But what about that weather? That was the big story coming into today, and Midland was doused with rain last night with the possibility of more throughout today. Luckily for the Rockhounds faithful, the skies stayed shut and fans flooded Momentum Bank Ballpark. The elements only became a factor later in the evening. And the potential for less than ideal weather conditions turned attention to the ballpark prep. Baseball is a sport, of course, known for being particular about the playing surface and atmosphere. News West 9's Cameron Leal learned more about what went into prepping the ballpark ahead of opening day.
The Rockhounds have been hard at work in the offseason, and for these players, it's all about getting game ready before that first pitch.
It's lifting hard all offseason, hitting every day, and being prepared that way, and then you get into spring training, get your at-bats in, get all your work on the field done. Feel like you're in a good spot coming into the season.
But it's not just the players getting ready. Behind the scenes, staff are making sure fans have the best experience possible, from food to safety.
Our food's going to take a major step up this year. We have more beer options, more like hot dog style ballpark food, stuff like that. On average, we have about 6 or 7 sheriff/MPD officers on duty, as well as about 10 T-shirt security guys that we hire, and their job is just to overlook the fans and just kind of point out anything that we might miss. We're really 100% for staff and fans. We're really doing that, and then we have 2 certified paramedics every game out here for fan safety wise.
And despite some uncertain weather in the forecast, the Rockhounds are committed to making sure the game goes on.
I know the weather isn't looking great, but I promise you it's going to be fun. We're going to play the game rain or shine unless something crazy happens.
And with just hours to go before opening day, the team is ready to take the field and welcome fans back to the Momentum Bank Ballpark.
I think everyone's pretty excited. We got a pretty close-knit group of guys here that are excited to play together, so that's always fun when you have that, and everyone's looking forward to it. I'm super excited to get to know the community and be involved. We're excited to see you guys at the ballpark and come out and watch us.
So whether it's the fresh lineup of ballpark food, the game day atmosphere, or just the love of baseball, the Rockhounds are ready to bring the excitement back to West Texas. Reporting in Midland with News West 9, I'm Cameron Leal.
Thanks, Cameron. The ballpark was ready, and it looks beautiful out there to not only witness the beginning of the season tonight, but there was also a little revenge on the mind. The Rockhounds' first opponent is all too familiar because of its connection to, again, how the 2024 season ended without a championship. The Travs walked off the Hounds for the Texas League title out in Little Rock. But it's a new year, and even though last season ended without a championship, 2024 was one for the history books. Corey McIntyre tells us how the 2025 version of the Rockhounds looks to build on the recent success.
The 2024 season was one to remember. The Rockhounds finished with 84 wins and were 1 win away from bringing home some hardware. Now, even though they fell short of the goal, the Hounds are even more motivated to get back to the top of the mountain.
You know, some of the guys that were part of that team last year still here, and I know they're hungry. I know they were angry or disappointed in a way for not being able to bring that championship home.
Due to last year's success, key pieces are missing from the 2024 squad. But Coach Petit looks forward to new guys picking up right where they left off.
You know, it's always good when a new team comes in and they know the team prior almost got the championship. You always want to be, okay, now we got to get it. We're going to get it.
Not everyone is gone, though. The Rockhounds still have Brendan Malone, but instead of being one of the young guys, he's now a vet in the locker room, helping out players that were in his shoes just a year ago.
We were trying to learn as much as we can, but just little things that you learn throughout the year. I think that I can speak on it more to some of the guys that are even younger than me now, which is weird to say because I was really one of the younger guys. But I'm definitely more comfortable in taking that position, being more vocal, and hopefully showing up in the big spots when they need me.
Malone isn't the only one taking on a new role this season. Starting pitcher James Gonzalez will be in similar shoes in the bullpen.
Más que nada una responsabilidad grande también porque tengo compañeros que es primer año aquí y creo que como ya un hombre con 2 años con más experiencia que ellos, pues van a querer lograr seguirme.
The Rockhounds have tons of expectations and pressure on their shoulders, but that's where the fan base comes in.
There's nothing like being out there with fans, playing against another team, and there's something on the line. So it's going to be good to get the fans out there and start rolling again.
And with so much anticipation from the tall city, here's a message from Petit on what fans should expect to see from the Rockhounds all season long.
A team that is going to go out and compete. A lot of smiles from me. I'm smiling every day, all day. But a fun team to watch. That I know.
All right, well, the quest for another great season began in Game 1 tonight. Scoreless through the first 2, but in the top of the third, the Travelers tacked a couple runs on the board with a pair of sacrifice flies for the 2-0 lead. Bottom of the frame, the Rockhounds respond. Brendan Malone with 2 runners on sends a shot to left field. A couple of hounds cross home plate, and the ball game is tied up at 2. Jumping to the 5th, the Travelers reclaim the lead with yet again another sacrifice fly for the 4-2 advantage. This one came off the bat of Caleb Calley. Colby Holter makes the play to get out of the top of the frame. The Tall City team would rack up 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th to take control of this game and start the 2025 season with a 7-5 win in Game 1. And the Rockhound season is just beginning. The Midland squad will play 2 more games of this series at home, and the season could run through as late as September. This means there are plenty of opportunities to watch some of the best A's prospects in action. 7 of the top 30 players in the Athletics minor league system are in the Tall City to start the year. There are a few familiar faces on this list. Henry Bolte and Brendan Malone were both big offensive contributors last season. Luis Morales and Cade Morris will be the newcomers to watch on the bump. The rest of the group has played at Rocky Town before. And baseball enthusiasts also know that these guys may not be in Midland for long. Moving up the ladder of the minor league baseball system, 3 names come to mind when talking about making the big jump here recently. Pitcher Joey Estes, shortstop Jacob Wilson, and outfielder Lawrence Butler all suited up for the Rockhounds over the last 2 seasons. All 3 are now in the majors. This is due to the meager sub-500 records for the last 2 seasons for the A's. Gregorio Petit knows this is the reality of leading a minor league baseball team and welcomes the shift each season.
I'm very excited this year when I got to spring training and I got to see almost half of the team or more in big league camp. It was amazing. That they're going the right path, and it's only the matter of time if they continue to get to that elite level that's going to lead them to the big leagues. We just give them whatever we believe they need, and it's a teamwork from us and them.
There are also a handful of familiar faces with the Las Vegas Aviators, which is the AAA affiliate of the A's. And let's move outside of the diamond. There's plenty to get excited about when it comes to the return of the Rockhounds. Midland, or minor league baseball rather, is known for its family-friendly atmosphere with activities and giveaways for all ages. News West 9's Sanji Milburn has the scoop on what's to come by the way of promotions this season.
Baseball season is here at Midland Rockhounds. That means Cracker Jack, fireworks, and a chance to catch a foul ball from your favorite player. Community Relations Manager Jonathan Simmons says fans are in for a treat.
And we're giving away Denzel Clark shirtsies. He was one of our most popular players for the past 2 years. He's with our AAA team right now in Las Vegas, and it's just a great way to honor him because he's by far been one of the nicest guys, and we know how much he's meant to this city in his short time here.
And for the first time ever, Rockhounds will offer brunch at the park.
So tickets cost $50, and that includes food. It's a buffet, and a ticket to the game. We'll have alcohol. We'll have drinks for kids. It's for all ages.
And get this, fans can expect a little throwback.
We are doing Throwback Weekend this week in honor of the Midland Angels, so it'll be the 40th anniversary of the team that was here from 1985 to 1998, so we're very excited about that. We will have special hats in the stores that a lot of people have been asking for, so we're just happy to bring all that here and to make the fans happy.
And you can't forget about the fireworks every Saturday night during the home game. Plus, the Rockhounds will be honoring 2 legends at the park.
This year we're also having 2 bobblehead nights. One is Fernando Valenzuela, famous pitcher in the major leagues. He was a former Midland Angel in 1991, and we're doing this to honor him. And we're also doing another bobblehead, which I'm very excited about. Local legend Bryce Hoppel, the current U.S. 800-meter record holder, and got 4th place at the Olympics. We're doing this because he's been a big part of this ballpark's history.
It's a fun event for the entire family to enjoy.
And you can enjoy those things all season long. Let's move up to the press box, usually a place that we don't go to often. There's a lot that goes into the fan experience at the ballpark, and sometimes the behind-the-scenes elements aren't noticed until they're changed. There's a sense of familiarity here at Momentum Bank Ballpark. The site of baseball, popcorn, and mascots, but there's one change coming this season that fans won't see.
I'm pretty much the voice inside the ballpark.
A voice that has been the same for the past 16 seasons will sound different in 2025.
Welcome to Momentum Bank Ballpark, home of your Midland Rockhounds, the AA affiliate of the Athletics.
Chase Cochran will take over for longtime PA announcer Wes Coles following the announcement of his retirement earlier this year.
We had so much fun in the press box, and I got to work with some really great people over those 16 seasons. It's kind of cool thinking that high school seniors, like I was the only voice they heard, pretty much their entire life.
He did such a tremendous job and hardly ever missed a day, and really the only person I really worry about making proud is Wes Coles.
The absence of the Rockhound staple will be noticed today, but the new man behind the mic has been watching the best up close for nearly a decade.
My first year, I was hired on as an intern, and then the rest of the year I was just made a permanent member of the press box crew. And since then, I've only missed 1 season.
Today, a new year begins, and Concord has had this day circled on his calendar.
I'm going to make sure that I'm here well early and that I've looked over that script over and over and over again. I'm just going to do my best and put it in God's hands.
As the passing of the mic becomes official tonight, the veteran has some advice that the newcomer is ready to implement.
Smile, because people can hear that when you're smiling as you're talking into the microphone, and they hear your voice and they can tell if you're smiling, if you're happy, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying yourself. And the more you enjoy it, the more they're going to enjoy it.
My style is excitement, so that's what I try to bring, is just trying to make it as exciting as possible.
So what goes hand in hand with a new PA announcer? A new slate of walk-up songs. Get those dancing shoes ready as News West 9 Sydney Jolivet has more tunes with the Rockhounds.
Everyone has that one song.
It's Take You There by Sean Kingston. We can go to the tropics.
That makes you feel unstoppable.
Está Los Hermanos Rosario, El Lápiz. Dame el lápiz. El lápiz es mío.
For some, it's superstition. For others, it's energy. But for every player on the Midland Rockhounds roster, a walk-up song is more than just a few seconds of music.
I heard that song a lot with my family and my dad. Yeah, my dad liked that song.
It's more of just like the beat and the tempo of the song. I feel like that kind of gets everyone going on their feet, and so I'm excited to see what Midland thinks about that.
Whether it's upbeat, chill, or in a completely different language, walk-up songs set the tone for each player's moment at home plate.
I've had a different walk-up song, keep a rotation, got like 5 on the roster. Yeah, I try to change it after every third homestand, so it freshens up. The crowd likes to listen. They don't want to listen to the same song all year.
And it's not just players who feel it.
Even staff get into the vibe.
Sometimes that song can bring you peace. Maybe the adrenaline is too high at the moment and you need something to calm you down. Maybe you need the adrenaline, that pump, and they want that bass, and they want that beat going.
But let's not forget, these songs are for the fans too.
One guy last year, his song, Rich Girl, all the fans sang it every single time. So you get that community with your fan base. So it's really great. It's kind of like, we like to say it's kind of like a host family situation.
Yeah. Walk-up songs, a classic for the game day experience. The Rockhounds baseball experience really wouldn't be the same without the mascots. Yeah, you know them as Rocky, Juice, and Chip. Jolena Okazaki has the history behind the mascots.
Let's turn the channel back in time to the 1980s. If you've been in Midland long enough, you'll remember the minor league baseball team known as what was called the Midland Angels. That's when a creature from up north found himself south here in the desert. And we know him as Juice the Moose.
He was a moose from Montana, and he really liked baseball, except there was no baseball in Montana at the time, so he traveled down south to find baseball, and what do you know? He ran to the Midland Rockhounds. He's a lot of fans' #1 favorite, because a lot of these fans have been here since the Midland Angels, and Juice is the most recognizable face, and who doesn't love a moose in West Texas?
Since then, Juice has been hanging around the ballpark, but it wouldn't be until more than a decade later when we'd meet a new friend of his. In 1999, the Midland Angels would later become the Midland Rockhounds, and Christensen Stadium would later be built in 2002. But staff discovered that there was someone else who would later join the team.
Rocky came with the stadium. He was living here at this ballpark when we moved in, and he wouldn't leave, so we just adopted him.
Change the channel to 2022. It was time for Rocky to retire after knocking it out of the park for 23 years, and a new Rocky would have to fill his shoes.
Rocky, you went through a lot to get to where you are today because you had to say goodbye to the old Rocky. Not gonna lie, I cried a little bit too.
And you see that rock hammer in Rocky's hand? In 2023, that hammer would later come to life and introduce himself as Chip.
Chip came at the right time to help Rocky, and it's very nice having 3 mascots that all the fans seem to love.
And with this triple team of Rocky the Rockhound, Juice the Moose, and Chip the Rock Hammer, they're here for the people that matter most.
I know when I was growing up, I have more Rocky signatures than I do player signatures, which might have been a mistake by me. Because people go them, they see a nice friendly dog, moose, or rock hammer, and they're like, wow, this is a place to be. They're always taking pictures, and then they always help out in this community.
So the next time you see these 3, remember their history of loyalty, friendship, and love for their Rockhounds fans. Because that is always a home run.
All right, tons of fun. Definitely got to go out and check out those guys and hang out with them. Plenty to look forward to this Rockhound season. Opening day was only the beginning. There are so many opportunities to get out to Momentum Bank Ballpark this season. Baseball is only the start. The News West 9 sports team will be following the action on the diamond all season. Thanks for watching this Rockhounds opening day recap show exclusively on 9+. Watch it again on demand right here on the app. Have a good night and happy baseball season.